Alright, let's build something.
Hello and welcome to Prop Culture, your look into the world of replica prop and costume making. I'm your host, Bill Duran, and I thought we should start today's episode with a little something I'd like to call Maker Vocab. Today's word is sprue. A sprue is an extra piece that is left over when you cast something from a mold. Usually it's a long stem type object that was used to pour whatever your mold making material was. In this case, we use plastic to pour a piece of a Protoss Pylon. Once the piece has been pulled out of the mold after it is cured, the sprue can then be removed from the piece. There you go, sprue. Use it in good health. Now it's time for some viewer questions. Nick and Corey both want to know how I got started making replica props and costumes. Well, I'll tell you. I have a background in computer art and 3D design. That's what I went to school for back in 2000. Before college, when I was a wee child, I did a lot of model making and radio-controlled cars and planes. I also did a lot of carpentry type stuff with my dad. So I was pretty handy with tools from a rather young age. After college, my group of friends and I started going to conventions like the Penny Arcade Expo, Emerald City Comic Con, SteamCon, those sorts of things. And every year we kept sort of raising the bar as far as costumes were concerned. And before I knew it, whenever I would post stuff online, I would get a lot of feedback, and then people started asking me to make stuff for them, and I was like, sure, that sounds like a good idea. If you are looking to get into replica prop and costume making like I did, I recommend just diving in head first. Pick a project and make it to the best of your ability. If you're looking for resources, the best place to go would be the replica prop forums at therpf.com. Go start lurking there and you'll find that it's full of all sorts of information. You can ask questions, you can get resources. That place is fantastic. So, what have I been working on lately? I've just recently built a whole bunch of Mass Effect armor sets, 3 to be exact, and I built them from foam floor mats. Since the last episode, I built a number of Protoss Pylon lamps. These are 3 of the Protoss Pylon lamps that I built. Each one of them has a light in it. Each one of them is 2 pieces. There's this top part right here, the crystal with these wingling things on the side here, like so. And the bottom piece is a piece of wood with an acrylic rod and an LED in it. These are the molds for the Protoss Pylon lamp that I made. The molds are well over a year old and I have used them many times. A life of hard use has rendered them barely usable anymore. So unfortunately, I will not be making any more Protoss Pylon lamps. This is less of a build, more of a convention, but a few weeks ago I went to Tacular. It's a pretty small convention with a very tight-knit community from the Frog Pants network of podcasts run by Scott Johnson. If you'd like to know more about that convention, go to nerdtacular.com or frogpants.com. Anyway, Nerdtacular is this really great event that is held every year in Salt Lake City, and this year, my wife and I ran the costume contest. I was blown away with how many people showed up in costume for such a small event. So if you were there and you showed up in a costume, thank you very much. You have my gratitude and you made the whole event for me. Thank you very much. The next month and a half are going to be pretty busy for me. As many of you know, PAX and Dragon Con are coming up at the end of August. I will not be at PAX, I will be at Dragon Con. They share the same weekend, and I chose Dragon Con because that's where my people are. Anyway, I've got a lot of stuff coming up for Dragon Con. I've got to make some costumes for myself. I have commissions from other people, including the lovely and talented Veronica Belmont, who I will be making a costume for. And in the next couple of weeks, I have to build a metric crap ton of Mass Effect pistols. So yeah, I will be incredibly busy, and if you want to follow me and see what I'm working on, go to twitter.com/chinbeard. Or if Facebook's your bag, then go to facebook.com/punishedprops. So you can follow me there and we can chat about whatever it is that you want to talk about or whatever it is that I'm building. I hope I see you there. If you would like to have a question answered on prop culture, go ahead and send it to punishedprops@gmail.com with prop culture somewhere in the subject line. Thanks for watching and keep building! Is that drum practice, or is my neighbor cleaning out a bucket? Probably the bucket. What do you think? Does this shirt make me look too Pac-Man? I just flew in from San Francisco, and boy are my arms sunburnt, actually. Extremely sunburnt.